I have another announcement to make. Today for sure, the 20th of October 2025. Let me double check my calendar. Yes, 20th of October 2025. The Department of WORC announces updated requirements for online portal. And it goes on to say Workforce Opportunities and Residency Cayman, WORC, advises all employers and job seekers of important updates to advertising and recruitment feedback requirements on the WORC online portal that will take effect on November 1st, 2025. So there are going to be requirements to the advertising and recruitment aspects on WORC's online portal beginning November 1st. These updates are designed to improve, I think this is a typo here, to improve greater transparency in the hiring process and to strengthen opportunities for Caymanian job seekers. I hope some of you realize this is saying the WORC work portal is for Caymanian job seekers. So this announcement is really for Caymanian job seekers, not persons who are seeking jobs on island or to come to the island. Beginning the 1st of November 2025, employers must comply with the following key changes. Broader scope of mandatory advertising. All positions, including part-time roles for annual work permits, must be advertised on the WORC online portal for at least 14 consecutive days, unless, listen to this people, because I know some of you will take this and run with it, unless specifically exempt, example, domestic helpers, caregivers, pastors, ministers, or positions granted a waiver. So those particular examples are specific areas of employment that will be exempt from the 14 consecutive days, that means 14 straight days, advertising. I hope I'm making myself clear because I see some of the comments. Greater detail required in advertisements. Job postings must now include job title, duties, qualifications, salary and all benefits, work hours, job type, location, and any specific conditions or requirements. Caymanian applications. When a Caymanian applies, employers are required to log the outcome in the portal. Employers, I hope you're listening. If a Caymanian applicant is not hired, structured feedback must be provided. Should the employer proceed with a work permit application, additional mandatory documentation must accompany the submission. I'll repeat that. Should the employer proceed with a work permit application, additional mandatory documentation must accompany the submission. Now, I am not going to try and surmise or guess what that additional documentation may be. Well, you know what? Let me guess. It could probably be to prove that you have exhausted all measures to hire a Caymanian. How many Caymanians you've interviewed, how many applied for the job, the outcome of the interviews, that's probably the proof that they are going to be looking for. In addition, I am sure that they will send documentation asking for that additional proof that they're looking for. Okay, let me go up here. Okay, so we want to move on. Employers will be obligated to record application outcomes, that's what I was just talking about, and provide feedback for all Caymanians who apply directly through the WORC online portal. Now, let me say this to some of you who may be watching this video. This is nothing new. This type of requirement by WORC and immigration is nothing new. This was a similar setup many years ago here in the Cayman Islands. Some of you may not have even been in the Cayman Islands at that time, but there was a time before social media and the internet exploded and so forth where this was similarly done through newspapers. And the newspaper ads had to be presented to the immigration department at the time, at the work permit board and the business licensing board, I think it was called at that time. Similar criteria had to be presented to those boards in that department at that time when anyone wanted to apply for a work permit. So don't be crying. Don't cry that Cayman is doing this and doing that and trying to run all the expats. And I don't like that word expats, by the way. I like the word immigrants. But you may not have been here on island when this was happening, but it's nothing new. It's just being done anew, and it's being done in a different setting. So Caymanian job seekers in turn are encouraged to actively update their records to indicate whether they were interviewed, not selected, or successfully hired, as this will be used by boards and administrators in work permit consideration. So Caymanians, if you're using the job portal, you need to update your portal to say what jobs you've applied for, what jobs you were interviewed for, whether you were selected or unsuccessful, or if you've heard that someone else may have been successful and it may not have been a Caymanian, or it may have been another Caymanian. I'm sure you can send that feedback also. And going back here, where feedback has been received, applicants should confirm the outcome in the portal within 3 business days. By actively monitoring and updating their applications in the WORC online portal, Caymanian job seekers will be able to follow the recruitment process more transparently and strengthen their participation in the local labor market. WORC remains committed to promoting fair and transparent employment practices that prioritizes Caymanian talent while ensuring employers have a clear and structured recruitment process. For more information on the updated requirements, visit www.worc.ky. www.worc.ky. For any questions or assistance, please contact WORC at 945-9672 or email WORC at work@gov.ky. So that was a news release by WORC announcing update requirements for the online job portal for Caymanian job seekers. And this new set of requirements will go in place on November 1st, 2025. So employers have lots of time to prepare. And Caymanian employers, you have lots of time to get yourself prepared, update your resume and update your portal, and make sure you are abreast of what is being required of you for you to be successful, and for the WORC and the Ministry of Employment to meet the demands and the requests of our Caymanian people, and in fact all who try to live and work here on island too. So go on to the Department of Work and see this news release and get all the information that you need. And I will once again log out now. Thank you very much for watching. Like, share, and follow. This is Patricia Bryan. Have a good evening.